Hello everyone and welcome to another game of Squirrels Baseball. I am Aaron and we've got game 2 against the Cubs coming to you today. This 3-game set, I did look ahead to the schedule. 3 against the Cubs and 3 against the Padres, and another off day. If you haven't watched yesterday's game, I might suggest you go back and do that. Just fast forward to the 9th inning. It did not go as we hoped. Had one of our worst meltdowns in quite some time. So today hopefully we'll play out a little more to the script. We do have the regular guys in today, which we did not yesterday, and don't think that was really the problem though. The problem is really Shibuya just did not have it whatsoever, and then that, Jones is not really meant to go more than an inning. We were asking for 2 out of him. And that second inning didn't go super well. And the Cubs had some good defensive plays, some lucky, some not, that stopped our rally short in the end. But it's a new day. Snapped a 10-game winning streak, so we'll see if we can start a new streak today with Jonathan on the mound. Matt Merton is in the batter's box, and he is currently down 0-2. He will swing and miss to strike out for the first out of the game. That'll bring Floyd to the plate. I got distracted. I meant to see why Floyd is in center field now, and I forgot. If you remember, Jones left the game, actually, with elbow pain. Phil threw a single pitch, and then we moved on. So I checked the injury list. Jones is not on there, so he should be good. I think for tomorrow, actually, he should come in to relieve Graves tomorrow if everybody is lined up right, as they should be. Cubs don't do anything in the top of the first. Kester will lead off in the bottom half of the inning. Take a look at the Cubs defensively. It looks to be the same lineup that we saw yesterday, and most of them are for the year. They've actually had a few changes in their lineup. I guess that's what happens when you're in the basement of the league about all year. Carlos Zambrano is going to start off pitching today. Starts off with a 2-0 count to Kester. That one's called a strike. Another called strike makes it 2-2. Fouled away. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 1 down, Marvin at the plate. He will bat left-handed. Puts this one into center field. That'll get down for the first hit of the game. And that will bring Chief to the plate. Hit his first home run in a little while yesterday, which for most of the game looked like it was going to be the winning run in a 2-1 game, and then so the 9th inning was kind of crazy on both ends. Pops this one up. Zambrano's going to field it in front of the mound, and he does make the catch. So runner on first now with 2 outs. Terry at the plate. Had a 2-home run game here recently to extend his team lead to 14 home runs. Puts this one into center field. It is definitely not a home run, and Floyd will make that catch. So a hit with no runs for the Squirrels, so we are scoreless going into the second, where Carlos Quinton will lead things off. Carlos Quinton hit a 3-run homer in yesterday's 9th inning. And he's the one that actually gave the Cubs the lead at the time in the top of the 9th. Has an 0-2 count in this at-bat. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Rongo hit a home run right after that 3-run homer, so his obviously was a solo shot right down the right field line. An opposite field shot gave the Cubs a 2-run lead before the Squirrels would ultimately tie the game, but couldn't go any further thanks to a kind of unlucky double play with the bases loaded. Rongo grounds this one to first. Terry will pick it up and step on the bag himself. That'll bring Santana to the plate. He starts off with a strike, a palm ball. Hits this one back towards Jonathan, who knocks it down. He will pick it up himself. Boy, that was an adventure. So he had to go off the back of the mound to pick it up and then made a little bit of a wild throw. Thankfully, Terry was able to field it and readjust before I think Santana could get to first. So it was a close play, all said and done. So we are still scoreless now in the bottom of the second inning. Frank has a 1-1 count. Hits this one into right field, and it will get down for a base hit. A leadoff single brings Tom to the plate. First pitch is called a strike. That's the line drive into center field. That'll get down for another base hit. Runners on first and second with nobody out. Zach at the plate. As that fastball misses outside. Tries to go outside again, and Zach puts it into center field one more time. Frank will come home, and that will be the first run of the ball game. Squirrels take a 1-0 lead. Runners still on first and second with no outs. Joey looks at strike one on a fastball. Same pitch, same result, 0-2. Joey swings at this one. This could be a double play ball. They go to third with it, though, and that ends up being the only out the Cubs get. It is the lead runner, not the worst play in the world. One out, runners on first and second for Jonathan at the plate, who's having a down year at the plate even for him. Has an 0-2 count at the moment. Now he's showing bunt. That keeps him out of a double play. It does roll foul, so that'll count as a strikeout. That'll bring Kester to the plate. 2 on, 2 outs, and he lines this one into shallow right. Here comes Zach for the second run of the game, and he does score, and Tom goes to third, so 2-0 Squirrels. Runners on the corners with 2 outs again for Marvin, who already has a hit today. And this one will, Cabrera with a good diving play at short, and he does get it over to first in time. Good defensive play there. Yeah, that one is definitely worthy of a replay. Saves a run for the Cubs as well, but the Squirrels plate 2 to give themselves a 2-0 lead going into the third inning, where Orlando Cabrera will lead things off for the Cubs.
Number 18, Orlando Cabrera, shortstop.
First pitch is a slider for a strike. And this pitch is up and out. It's 1-1. That fastball sails on Jonathan. That'll make it 2-1. Curveball curves too much. It's 3-1. Fastball for a strike. We've got a full count now to lead off this third inning. Jonathan goes with the palm ball and gets a swing and a miss. One away. Pablo Ozuna to the plate. And he lines towards second. Kester makes the play. 2 away. Zambrano to the plate. He is a good hitting pitcher, though he has not had a home run this year, which is a little surprising. Looks at strike one. Swings and misses to make it 0-2. Ground ball to second. Kester throws to first. And Jonathan has cruised through the first 3. So 2-0 Squirrels as we go to the bottom of the third, where Chief will lead things off. Chief popped out back to Zambrano in his first at-bat. Looks at strike one here. Looks at strike 2 on a slider. Looks at strike 3 on another slider. 1 away. Terry flew out to center in his first at-bat. Looks at strike 1, a splitter on the outside corner. Hits this one into right, and it will get down for another base hit. Well, for the team, not for Terry. It's his first. Frank got a base hit and eventually came around to score. Looks at strike one in this at-bat. That fastball a bit low. Not far off from the other pitch. This one is a bit up, and it is called a strike. 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike three. 2 away. Tom with the base hit in his first at-bat. Runner still on first, and the first pitch is called a strike. Up in the zone. Curveball on the outer half for strike two. Swing and a miss, strike three, and that will end the third inning. Still 2-0 Squirrels as we head into the fourth, where the Cubs will start off back at the top of their order. Jonathan with 4 strikeouts the first time through the Cubs order, and Merton was one of those victims. He'll start off with a curveball that hits the dirt. Line drive towards second, and it's going to get through the middle for the Cubs' first hit, first base runner of the day. So that breaks up anything too special. Brings Floyd to the plate, who I want to say he struck out his first time up too, but I can't remember for sure. Has a 1-1 count in this at-bat. Hit and run. It's a ground ball to first, so that will work out as well as it could have, but acceptable for the Cubs. They put a runner into scoring position with 1 away. Carlos Pena struck out in his first at-bat, and he has an 0-2 count here. Palm ball in the dirt. Pena doesn't bite. Tom with a good scoop behind the plate. He does swing at that fastball in the dirt for the second out of the inning. That will bring Carlos Quinton to the plate. As he looks at that slider too far inside. That fastball is called a strike. Another called strike makes it 1-2. Slider hit right to Terry, who will step on the bag to end the inning. We go to the bottom of the fourth. 2-0 Squirrels, who will start off with Zach at the plate. And Zach with, I do believe, a RBI single in his first at-bat. Hits this one into left field somewhat down the line. That will be a single for him again. Joey, ground out in his first at-bat. Thinking it's probably more of a fielder's choice. He, I believe, ground to short, and then the play went to third, if I remember right. Foul tip for strike three in this at-bat. That brings Jonathan to the plate. He had a bunt strike three, which wasn't the worst thing in the world. Avoided a double play. Has an 0-2 count in this at-bat. Little lazy pop-up to second, or Gonzalez Santana, rather, makes the play. That will bring Kester to the plate. He is 1 for 2, got a base hit in his last at-bat. As he looks at strike one, looks at strike two, swing and a miss, strike three. And that will end the fourth inning. Still a 2-0 Squirrels lead. The Cubs will start off with Rongo in the fifth. All right, first pitch to Rongo is a strike that catches the inside corner. And Rongo hits another deep fly ball. It's not going to be a home run, but it will get over Zach's head. He throws back into second, but Rongo in there for a leadoff double. That'll bring Santana to the plate. He swings and misses at a palm ball. And a inside slider for strike two, and a swing and miss at a curveball for strike three. 1 away, Orlando Cabrera to the plate now. And that pitch is too low. There's a called strike. Another called strike makes it 1-2. Home ball for the swing and a miss. 2 away, Pablo Ozuna to the plate. He swings and misses at the first pitch. Swings and misses at the second pitch. And this will get through the middle of the infield for another hit. This looks like it should lead to a run, and it does. Cubs cut the lead in half. It's now 2-1. With a timely hit up the middle. And that will bring Zambrano to the plate. He ground out in his first at-bat. Swings and misses at a fastball. Ground ball to third. Chief on to first with it, and that will end the top of the fifth. It's now a 2-1 Squirrels lead. Marvin will lead things off for Indianapolis in the bottom half of the inning. Marvin, 1 for 2, got a hit in his first at-bat. Looks at a cutter for strike one. This is a ground ball to first. Pena takes care of that. One away, Chief to the plate. He is 0 for 2, a pop out and a strikeout. Nearly hit for the cycle yesterday, just a triple short. Swings and misses for strike one. Swings and misses for strike two. And that'll be a line drive over Cabrera's head and into left field. A one-out single will bring Terry to the plate. Got a base hit in his last at-bat. Looks at a backdoor curve for strike one. Hits this one, another pop-up behind second. Cabrera makes the play. 2 away. Frank at the plate. He is 1 for 2. Struck out in his last at-bat. Pops this one up. Rongo by the umpire. Makes the grab. We go into the 6th inning. Squirrels leading 2-1. And the Cubs will be back at the top of their order for their third go-around. Matt Merton is 1 for 2. Looks at strike one here on an elevated fastball. Fairly similar pitch, makes it 0-2. And that one a little too high, a little too inside. Palm ball not in the zone either. Now it's 2-2. Another palm ball gets a ground ball to first, where Terry will grab it and step on the bag. One away, Floyd has ground out in both at-bats so far today. First pitch is called a strike. Another called strike makes it 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike three. 2 down. Carlos Pena at the plate, looks at strike one. I do believe he has struck out in both at-bats so far today. Puts this one in play. Will it fall in? Yes, it will, in front of Frank. So that'll bring Carlos Quinton to the plate. He's 0 for 2 today, but he gets a charge into this one. Off the wall. Thought he's going to score a run on that double, so the game is now tied at 2. Couldn't get that go-ahead home run quite again, but here's Rongo to try to knock in the go-ahead run that's sitting in scoring position. He will look at strike one and then swing and miss at strike two. Looks at strike three, so we've got a 2-2 game as we go to the bottom of the 6th. Tom due up, and that's exactly what we don't want to happen as far as managing our pitchers. First pitch to Tom is called a strike. Tom into right field. Quinton going over, and he will make the grab. Zach is 2 for 2 today. Looks at strike one on a splitter. And that splitter is too low. Zambrano. Another splitter. This time gets a swing and a miss. Will he dare throw a fourth one in a row? He did, and Zach put it into left field, very shallow left field, for his third hit of the day. Joey is 0 for 2. Only one away. I guess it'll depend on what Joey does here, whether or not we pinch hit. Has a 1-2 count at the moment. Oh, well, I think we have a strike him out, throw him out, so now we don't have to worry about it. good, I guess. Not really. We're tied at 2 as we go to the 7th. The Cubs will start off with Santana at the plate. He is 0 for 2. This will be Jonathan's last inning since his spot is coming up at the bottom half of the inning. Santana with an 0-2 count. I said 0-2, I mean 2-0. Swings and misses, makes it 2-1. Swings and misses at a curveball in the dirt. Now he's got 2 strikes. Ground ball hit back to Jonathan, who fields it cleanly this time and gets it to first in plenty of time. Orlando Cabrera has struck out in both at-bats so far today. Grounds this one back to Jonathan, who gets it over to first again for the second out. Pablo Ozuna is 1 for 2. I want to say he has the first Cubs RBI, though I'm not 100% sure of that. He has an 0-2 count in this at-bat. And fouls away this pitch to stay alive. Jonathan goes back to the palm ball, and this time he gets a swing and a miss. We go to the 7th inning stretch. Game tied at 2, and we will have a pinch hitter on the other side.
Now, please rise and join the singer.
Alright. I think we're going to put Sweeney into pinch hit. He's been hot as of late, and he's a versatile fielder, so wherever we need him to go in the field, he ought to be able to work something out. First pitch from Zambrano to Sweeney is a fastball for a strike. Sweeney looks at strike 2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 1 away. Kester is 1 for 3 today. Single, sandwiched between a couple strikeouts. Zambrano, a little surprisingly, already wiping his brow. First pitch is fouled away. Kester swings and misses to make it 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Marvin at the plate. He's 1 for 3. Got a base hit back in his first at-bat. Swings and misses at the first pitch. Swings and misses again to make it 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Zambrano strikes out the side in the 7th. So we'll go to the 8th, still tied at 2. Zambrano is due to lead off. See if the Cubs pinch hit with him getting tired on the mound. We will go get Gonzalez. Marvin made that last out, so let's... Don't know if I want him to try center, but maybe we can put him out in right. He's fast and he's got a good arm. I think he can make do out there. Zach has moved over to center field for us plenty of times. Alright, Zambrano is going to hit here. He's ground out in his first 2 at-bats. Swings and misses at the first pitch here. Hits a line drive, and it will be right on the line and down into the right field corner. Sweeney out after it. Zambrano is in there with the leadoff double. Probably a good thing we put somebody fast out in the outfield, because anybody slower, that probably would have been a leadoff triple. So back to the top of the order, the Cubs are going to pinch run. J.J. Hardy is going to come in for Zambrano. It's only a speed upgrade of 1, but maybe a little better situationally on the bases. Matt Merton with an 0-2 count. Swings and misses for strike 3. One away, Floyd at the plate. Runner still on second with one out now. First pitch is called a strike. Ground ball that will be fielded by Chief. Runner has to go back to second, and that was very close at first. It's a bit of a high hop, but also kind of a tweener. Chief and Joey kind of came together. I think that was the right call, but boy, was it close. So 2 away. Carlos Pena at the plate now for the Cubs. The chance to take the lead, but he's going to need a base hit to do it. He has an 0-2 count. Ground ball up the middle, and it will get through just out of Joey's range. Hardy's going to come in to score, and the Cubs take a 3-2 lead in the 8th inning. Carlos Quinton comes to the plate. Gonzalez checks on first, then goes to the plate for strike 1. Line drive to short. Joey makes the catch. We go to the bottom of the 8th. The Cubs now ahead 3-2. And Chief will lead things off for Indianapolis.
Your attention, please. Now coming up to pitch for the Cubs, number 22,
Matt Lindstrom is going to come in to pitch. Hardy stays in to play center field. I have a feeling that Hardy is not in the right spot in the batting order that he should be in, so I don't think we're going to see him in the 9-hole because this game tends to cheat like that. Chief grounds to short, and that will be the first out of the inning. Terry to the plate. He's 1 for 3 on the day. He will look at strike 1. Ground ball to short. Pena steps on the bag. Frank to the plate now. He is 1 for 3 as well. That slider not real close. And I think Frank might have just saved our bacon. His 4th home run of the year, an opposite field shot into the right center gap, 396 feet. And this game is now tied at 3. Pitch was a bit up in the zone, and Frank elevated that out into the bullpen. 2 away. Tom at the plate now. He looks at a ball low. And that pitch is a bit outside. Ground ball to third. Ozuna to first, and that will end the 8th inning, but the Squirrels managed to tie the game again. 3-3 as we go into the 9th, and Rongo at the plate. Suppose we will leave Gonzalez in for now. Rongo hit not in his last at-bat, but the one before, hit a deep fly ball to right that got over Zach's head, fell in for a double. Strikes out in this at-bat on 3 pitches. 1 away, Santana at the plate now. First pitch is swung on and missed. And that pitch a bit high. Swing and a miss to make it 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 down, Cabrera at the plate. He's 0 for 3 today. So he looks at strike 1, or maybe, yeah, we're talking about Cabrera to start this. 0-2 the count. Gonzalez fires in a fastball, and Cabrera can't catch up to it. We go to the bottom of the 9th, tied at 3. Zach is due to lead off. After going 11 innings yesterday, it would be nice to not have to go extras here. Zach is 3 for 3 on the day, all singles, as he looks at strike 1. This one's not going to work. Right back to Lindstrom, and that is the first out. That will bring Joey to the plate. He's 0 for 3. He's got a couple strikeouts. He will look at strike 1. And that pitch is a bit high. That one outside. It's 2-1. Swing and a miss makes it 2-2, and then a swing and a miss for strike 3. 2 away. Sweeney at the plate, struck out in his first at bat. I do believe he only swung at one pitch, which happened to be strike 3. Looks at strike 1 here. Another called strike makes it 0-2. Hits this one. I think he just walked it off. He sure did. His second home run of the year. I do believe his other home run was in Wrigley Field against the Cubs. But today, it's a walk-off home run in the bottom of the 9th inning with 2 outs. Your final score today, Chicago Cubs 3, Indianapolis Squirrels 4. And the Squirrels very narrowly avoid extra innings today. Take a couple looks at that walk-off homer. I mean, it wasn't the deepest home run, but there wasn't a lot of doubt about it off the bat, especially going into right. Sweeney, your pretty obvious pick for player of the game. Thank you, everybody, for watching. If you'd like to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, feel very free. That sets up a rubber game against the Cubs tomorrow. We will see you then.